Hey guys, it's Aaron. So, video number 2 of the haunted house. Last video, which I'll probably link to somewhere, here-ish maybe, get a little button to click on. I built the frame of the house, the body of the house out of cardboard after, laying it out, designing it in SketchUp. And that was pretty easy. I kind of knew what I was doing there, had a pretty good idea of what I was doing there. I won't say knew what I was doing there, I shouldn't say that. Second piece was wrapping the whole thing and making it look like it was an old dilapidated building. To do this, I used craft foam. 2mm self-adhesive craft foam just from Hobby Lobby. So pretty simple stuff. So I'm just going to hop right into it and we'll get going. So the first piece I wanted to do was the siding. I just wanted strips of material to stick on the sides of the walls to make it look like old siding. So I cut a bunch of strips. I really didn't have specific sizes for anything. I didn't really measure very much at this point. They weren't all consistent size, but that worked with the look I was going for. I also did not space these evenly. I did leave bigger gaps between some pieces than others. And the idea was I just kind of took the strips, started wrapping it around, and then cut them when they lapped and used that piece on the next one. This gave me some overlap from one piece to the next. I started at the highest point of the tower and worked my way down. I did occasionally have to stop and cut angles where the tower met the roof. To be honest, when I did the first piece wrapped around, it kind of looked like a puffy marshmallow mummy thing. It didn't look awesome. So I came back and I put these edge pieces, those vertical pieces, really help tie it together and make it look less like some kind of cartoon. So I did do a couple spots where I left holes and then threw a couple of strips on there to make it look like somebody maybe tried to repair a hole in the siding, that sort of thing. The doors and windows got a little bit wider piece around the outside, just kind of making it look like door or window trim, that sort of thing. It worked out okay. It looked pretty good at this point. I did cut a lot of strips of foam, like a lot of strips, you guys. Lots of strips. This ended up being, this whole step was a lot of monotonous work. As soon as I finished the siding, which we're right about at right now, I did take a break because I stopped doing monotonous work for a few minutes once I got all these pieces put on because I had to create the front porch. I found a piece of wood and grabbed a handful of toothpicks and cut a couple strips of foam. This was unfortunately more monotonous work because what I ended up doing was poking holes in the foam and breaking toothpicks, putting them in one after another and making a strip. Then I cut the pieces of wood for the columns, glued those in place. I just used Gorilla Glue, CA glue for that. And then I was also able to finish up and glue in this, again, more repetitive work, cutting and breaking toothpicks of the same size, poking holes into the foam for the top and bottom railing, and I added a little dot of glue to hold it. They were in there okay, kind of safe, but I was afraid that after time this whole thing's going to kind of hang suspended, so I did glue it all together. So yeah, monotony. Monotony was the word for building this particular thing. So I made one long strip and then I just cut out the two chunks and glued them to the columns to actually make the two sections. They were not, I will be honest, they weren't super solidly attached. I did go back with glue a couple times, you can see there, and apply and reapply the glue. Once that was all in, I went in with some wire cutters and some needle nose pliers and just broke stuff up. Dilapidation, remember? We're going for dilapidation. All right, now we got repetitive times 10. I cut larger strips and chopped those into little rectangles to use as shingles or roof tiles. I don't know which they are. It's really kind of nondescript. They're kind of a little too puffy to be just shingles, but maybe not as big as clay tiles would be. Anyhow, I made a lot of these and peeled the backing off of each one and stuck it onto the roof. I started in the middle and just kind of worked my way out either way. The nice thing about making something like this, something that's broke down and gross, is irregular spacing's kind of my friend, and I could just kind of throw these on here, overlapping in various spaces, leaving gaps every once in a while. But this was a whole lot of sticking pieces of foam onto cardboard, and this was kind of a zone out, listen to music sort of task. I did have this little piece of foam towards the bottom, you can see, and that was when I cut the angled pieces off. So every time I came up to the edge of the roof, or where the roof butted into the house, I would have to cut an angled piece, and I ended up using the same piece. And that was good because that same overlapping corner, it wasn't quite 45 degrees, angle piece just kept working. So I cut one piece, turn it, cut another piece, turn it, cut another piece, and just work my way up using and reusing that same angle cut. So yeah, this is when it got fun, was at the edges. The straightforward part was just straight up boring. So the music was on, and I was just, look at that pile of little scraps I got over there of the backing. One of my concerns as I was doing this was how well that self-adhesive backing would hold these pieces on. As I put them on there, I did try to push them down, not terribly firm, like I didn't dent the cardboard or anything. I was conscious of that too. I didn't want to wreck the roof because of pushing down too hard. So not like obsessive compulsive pushing down, but I did push it down fairly good. The problem what I was concerned about is it's just not super high quality sticky stuff. The adhesive backing it's not pro. You know, this stuff's not on the space shuttle or anything like that. It's for crafts. So I was a little concerned, and I don't want to spoil this too much, but there were issues in the future. I'll leave it at that for now. I don't want to ruin the fun, but yeah, it didn't turn out beautifully. So this was kind of cool. I did go through and I used white foam because I thought it would pick up on the camera better, and that was, I mean, it looks good. In hindsight, I should probably go use black foam next time. The black foam, the reason I say that is one of the first things that after I put this together was try to fill all the cracks in with black, because I wanted that, you know, high resolution. I wanted the back parts to look like they were in the shadow, the darkest parts, in the front the lightest, so I had to coat the whole thing in black. If I built it all in black, it probably would have saved me some time and some heartache in the next step. But with this, I put the last few tiles on. I did put some tiles bent across the edges, kind of give me a ridge there anytime the two pieces came together. That was I think turned out kind of a cool look, and it does look pretty loose and dilapidated when it's all done. That's the house at this point. And I have to apologize, actually, at this point, when I'm recording, the house is all the way done. I didn't get a whole lot of hero footage or this step finished, 360, 180 kind of thing, so that little shot of it in the paint box is the best thing I got right now, but I'm going to try to do better. All these things I'm doing in these videos, I'm just kind of making this stuff up, my process up as I go, so I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. If there's something I should do better, how can I make this better? Everything I record, I try to record with 3 different cameras so I can cut between different views. I think that's cool, rather than having one long, sped up view of one thing. But if you think speeding up is dumb too, let me know that, because I can slow things down if I have to. I've done it. It's not easy, but I can do it. Anyhow, that's step 2 of the haunted house. One more step, which is painting, windows, and there's a little light that goes inside. So that's going to be the next video. Again, to keep the running tally of what this has cost so far, last time we had a grand total of $0. This time I did put in some new materials. I had some scrap wood that I had laying around. I just used the size I had. I didn't really plan for it. I had a handful of toothpicks. Those just came out of the kitchen. Those didn't specifically pay for those either. I did buy craft foam, so I think I ended up using 3 sheets at 89 cents each. So we'll round up. We'll be generous. There's tax in there, and I had to drive all the way to Hobby Lobby, 3 blocks away. So I'm going to say right now the grand total is $3. That's where we're at right now. For the whole haunted house so far, $3. So that's it. That's this step. Up next, we're going to finish it all up. As usual, if you guys like this, go ahead and give me a like. That means, you know, you actually watched it and enjoy it. If you want to see the next piece or get notified, go ahead and subscribe. That way I'll tell you when the next video comes out. I'm trying to do these about once a week-ish or so, as my time allows. And most importantly, the thing I want to hear the most is comments from you guys. What did I do good? What did I not do good? Are you interested in any part? Is this stupid? You know, let me know that kind of thing. So leave me a comment down below. I really like doing this, but hopefully it's something you guys like to watch, because if not, then I can stop posting them and just, make them and then delete them off my computer. Same thing. So anyhow, thanks for watching.